The DMAIC cycle. Quality improvement in any organization is rooted in team involvement and empowerment. This means that teams need to know what is expected of them, so having a standard improvement model, such as the DMAIC cycle, is extremely useful. It provides teams with a roadmap. The structure of each phase is logically linked to the previous as well as to the next phase. So let's take a look at each phase of the DMAIC cycle. In define, which is the first phase, this is a stage that involves identifying a situation or problem. Since we are doing process improvement, this means that we are seeking to understand our process. So this will likely involve some process maps, also known as flow maps. And it's in this stage that the team also creates the project charter. Which is the roadmap for the entire improvement project. And it tells the story of the entire project on 1 or 2 sheets of paper. So the next phase is measure. In this phase, we start collecting baseline data. By collecting data, it allows us to verify what we thought the problem was, and it allows us to compare the performance of our process from before our change versus after our change. That way, when improvements are made, they can be quantified. So the next phase is analyze. Once the data is collected above in the measurement phase, we will use that to answer the following question. What story does the data tell us about the system? So we'll take the data, we'll use tools like Pareto charts, 5 whys, root cause analysis, fishbone diagrams. We'll take that and do analysis, and from that we identify where we should target our improvement efforts in the next phase. So we'll know where to improve. The first 3 phases take the longest and may require moving back and forth between the phases as the problem becomes properly defined and measured. Then we arrive at the improve stage. This is the exciting part. The team starts developing change ideas, and they start implementing these changes. So during this phase, we measure the system's performance based on the metrics that we had defined in earlier stages, and we create run charts. And these run charts are for the process measures and outcome measures. So after we've spent some time implementing changes and our performance has improved, we need to ensure that we don't slip back into the old way of doing things. So that's why this phase is called the control phase. So your team will create an action plan and this action plan is for the sustainability of the changes that have been made. And there will be clear lines of accountability. So that everyone knows who is accountable for maintaining those changes. So this wraps up a 120-day DMAIC improvement cycle. The team can then start their next 120-day improvement cycle. And this is just an overview of what you can expect in each component of the DMAIC cycle.